Hello, once again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. So, in this video, Judge Bryant is going to preside over a case of assault and battery. You're going to see how it's out. Well, it's still on basically YouTube, but it's not directly Zoom. This is actually taking place in the courtroom, and let's see how this case turns out. Nevertheless, thank you for all my new subscribers. We are on the road to 10,000. So don't hesitate to subscribe, hit the notification bell, as we'll be coming to you with more and more videos. We dropping heat, so don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And let's go and dive into the video and let's see how this turns out.
And out. Where's the people? Where the people? Where the people? No oxygen. You can if you want to. Unless you need a video or something. No. I can't believe that is so hilarious. All right. Oh, Mr. Flanagan. Mr. Flanagan. Mr. Flanagan, we don't have to talk about this. We're gonna go through the emails.
Okay.
All right. And then let's go on a little bit more. I'll pick you up now. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm ready on the phone. Hold on, counsel. All right. This is case number 234552101. The people of the state of Michigan versus Darius Plump. The defendant is charged with assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for trial appearances, please.
May it please the court, Your Honor. Victor Bowman, P. 33764 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Janice Stevenson appearing on behalf of Mr. Darius Plump. Mr. Plump, sir, with a nice loud voice, so your first, middle, and last name.
Darius Plump, same. You're right.
Today is the day set for trial. Are the people ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, I will advise you that the complaining witness, Ms. Robinson King, here. She is right behind me, and in my conversations with her, she may have some video.
It's not coming. We're not Ms. Stevenson hasn't seen it. Okay, so let's no video today that wasn't turned over to defense.
Other than that, we are ready to proceed.
All right, is defense ready to proceed?
Defense is ready to proceed, Your Honor. Move for sequestration of any witnesses. I don't have an objection to any officer in charge remaining if he's here.
Okay, will the people hold on 1 second, officer. Will the people be making an opening statement?
No, Your Honor.
Will does defense have an objection to the people not making an opening
I have
statement?
no objection to that.
Will defense be making an opening statement?
Defense would waive opening at this time, Your
Okay, now, with respect to the sequestration, the motion is granted, it is mutual. Other than the complaining witness, who are the two people on the second row? No, hold on, I need only counsel to speak to me. Do you know who the people are? Ms. Stevenson, do you know who the people are?
This young lady is my client's mother, Your Honor. She would not be testifying.
And then what about the person next to her? Okay, so is this your OIC or just the office, you just?
Patrol.
Okay, so you need to step in the hall. Control.
May I have that name, please?
Officer, cause you got on regalia, hold on, officer. Look, you got on a belt and stuff, we couldn't see it. What's your name?
Officer Marcus Sheffield.
Sheffield, Ms. Stevens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sheffield.
Okay. All right, so, since there are no opening statements, then you may be seated and, the people may proceed in 1 minute.
Okay, so just put it in one of our envelopes. But and then this one, I need you to seal it for me and give it back to me.
Anywhere particular.
Why don't you try to seal it right here, like where this no. Yeah. And then give it back to me.
Okay. Y'all be talking about some silly stuff in that chat on YouTube. They don't say my ponytail was disappearing. Careful about that.
No, that's the original, that's what I need to do.
Okay.
They be saying some silly stuff. Okay, Mr. Bowman, you may call your first witness.
Yes, Your Honor, this time the people called the.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Mr. Flanagan, turn on the recordings, because I'm just looking at the fact that, Ms. Dixon, somebody told me there's a mute button on that microphone. There you go.
Oh, I have to hold it?
I don't know. There you go. Now it's flashing green. Well, she can't hold it during the whole trial. How do it work? She gonna try to put something on there. Miss Dixon's so silly. No. It should. No, try not to hold it. Try to just push it one time. Now let's see. Call IT and ask them how does the mute button work. Okay. And then that way, that'll be the backup for the court reporter in case they need it. Okay? All right. Counsel, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, there are a few things that my mom always taught. One was to never ask a woman her age, and second, that if a woman says that she needs to go to the bathroom, I don't stop.
You doing extra. You doing
I'm
extra.
like, do I need to?
You doing extra. So in other words, you said all that to say the witness had to step out to the restroom. Okay. No, officer, you know that was extra, but we so happy to see y'all, we ain't gonna run y'all away. Okay, so then, we'll wait for the witness to return. Counsel. Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman, the reporter is talking to you.
This is me.
Can I approach her?
With the defendant.
Sure, if she'd like to, sometimes I'm getting ready to say something that she already knows.
Okay, but come on, Mr. Stevenson, you know, I don't be trying to get accused of nothing, and I'm on video. They'll be saying I was having ex parte communication.
All right, so.
No. Didn't work.
No. No. See why I was important for you to come and see?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. It didn't work, Ms. Stevenson, you know that. She's talking about this one right here, keep cock with you, and then fire you in the next breath. That's a mess. Oh, Lord, what is that? That was a sigh.
Your Honor,
Oh, I see. Ms. Stevenson, so the mute button is operates not as a complete mute button. So you do have to hold it. So when if your client is trying to say something to you, or you all need privacy, then you push the mute button.
I understand.
Yes,
I
okay.
understand. And, with regard to the sidebar, Mr. Plump would concur with people here. Mr. Burton.
Oh, y'all so silly. So now y'all, look, so now it's equal. So now it's equal. Let's just, no, we're not gonna put that on the record. Look, yes, it's equal then. So now both sides equal. So y'all know I'm not playing no favorites. I don't play favorites anyway. Mr. Plum, I wouldn't have to recuse myself off my mother's case. Wouldn't that be something? That's so disrespectful.
That'd be something, you're right.
It would. She'll be like, you ruling against me? Yeah, Ma.
Mr. Burton. Counsel. Mr. Bowman.
Mr. Bowman.
Bowman, sorry.
Okay. All right, and then, Mr. Bowman, it looks like your witness has returned to the courtroom, so are the people ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The witness is out of dress code policy, but I'm gonna let her go ahead and testify. So when the people notify your witnesses of the court date, y'all might wanna send them a copy of the court's dress code policy. Those ripped jeans are out of dress code, so she can come on to testify. It should be over there, but I haven't been over there in a while to see what's over there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Give your name, oh, you already got it. Okay, step forward, ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, open the door, the witness door right there. All right, and then there should be a mic, on the ledge, and, the mic that's, yes, ma'am, I was gonna say, it's flexible, it moves, it bends, so go ahead and, put that where it's supposed to be, and then, just make sure you speak up. There's no jury here, but I need to hear you, and then Ms. Stevenson at that table needs to hear you. Okay, counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, could you please state your entire name for the record?
Tawana Robinson King.
And Ms. King, are you the complainant in this case?
Yes, I am.
What is your relationship, if any, with the defendant, Darius Plum?
I'm his daughter, grandmother.
And is Mr. Plum seated in this courtroom?
Yes, he is.
Could you please identify?
He's at the defense table on your right.
He has on a,
black suit, tie, white shirt, black shoes.
let the record reflect that the defendant has been identified by the complainant.
The record reflects the identification of Darius Plum.
Did something unusual happen on November 13, 2023, as it relates to you and defendant Hunt?
Yes, it is.
Could you please explain what happened?
I walked out my house to find Darius observing the car next door, which was a guest that I had in my house who had tinted windows and was driving a white 300. And I didn't recognize him
Attempt to
at
narrate, Your
first.
Honor.
Not yet, but it's getting close. You may continue.
And I just watched the individual, and then I looked to my right, which is the neighbor's house next door, to see a white Saturn with the door open and the lights on.
Question.
Yes,
It's time for a question.
Before November 13, 2023, had Mr. Plum made any threatening or harassing
Object
actions?
to relevance, Your Honor, and object to, that's an improper question.
Response?
yes, to
No,
that.
no. Counsel, your response to the objection.
Your Honor, this is all relevant. This establishes a pattern of action, which is the basis of this complaint and why she feared for her life.
Number one, why she saying that the witness feared for her life is a statement that is not in evidence. Number one, there's no evidence of that. Number two, the question was leading. The objection is sustained as to leading.
Your Honor, excuse me, Ms. Robinson came on November 13, 2023. Did Mr. Plum point a gun at you?
Objection, Your Honor.
Leading, sustained.
What happened next?
Objection, I don't know if she said what happened before.
Well, she did. She said somebody was in a car. Ms. Plump was in a car watching another car. And then what happened next?
Your Honor, I said, I looked to my right and I noticed the car. I was actually watching the individual because I didn't recognize him at first. I have a 2-family flat. So
What happened next?
so next, I said, who was that? Like, and then I looked as the individual got directly in front of my house. And I looked down at his whole body and I noticed it was a gun in his right hand. And he was turned facing my house as to raise it. And I said, he got a gun. And
Object to narrative, Your Honor.
I said,
Sustained.
Ma'am, after you noticed the gun, what did you do next?
I turned around and went right back in my house and called the police.
Right? And after you called the police, how did you observe Mr. Plum?
Object to leading.
Did you observe? That's not a leading question.
May I respond, Your Honor?
The objection is over.
Thank you.
I went back in my house. I turned around, went back in my house. I observed him out the window, running back to his car and pulling off down the street.
And at that time, did you call the police?
Yes, I called the police immediately.
And did the police respond?
Yes, they did. 2 cars came.
2 cars came. And what did you tell the police?
I told the police that I observed the individual, and once I got closer to the end of my porch, that I realized that it was my daughter's boyfriend, and that he had a gun, and that he had raised the gun in the direction of as if he was going to shoot my house up.
And what did you observe the police? So you told the police that you saw a gun?
I told him I had saw a gun in his right hand, and he was raising his arm up. But I think I startled him when I said he got a gun. That's when he realized that someone was on the porch.
Did you believe that defendant, after he had raised the gun, was going to either harm you or destroy your property?
Yes, I believe that he was going to shoot in my house had I not came out on that porch.
What happened next?
While I was talking to the officers, once they got to my house, we observed Mr. Plump with his lights out going down the side street of my house, and when he realized it,
So, Your Honor, I would object to speculation. I think that, the witness
Sustained.
testified to what, thank you.
Ma'am, this incident happened on November 13th, 2023.
yes,
And do you remember approximately what time this
it had to be around, not necessarily, but I think it was around late, maybe 9:45, 10 o'clock at night.
And how many years young were you at this time?
I was 49 at the time.
All right. And based upon your 49 years of life, do you have an opinion whether or not it is dark in November at approximately the time you just said?
Yes,
And based upon it was in November and it was dark and you looked at his car, he had no lights on?
he had the lights off.
Thank you. What happened next?
I told the police, there he is, and he flicked the lights on and took off in faster speed than normal.
Were you able to observe the police action?
Yes,
What did you observe?
they didn't take off immediately after him, and I questioned it.
Did you speak with any police officers after you observed them go after his vehicle?
Yes, one squad car with 2 officers stayed behind, and the other one took off behind him, but in a normal rate of speed.
I have no further questions.
Cross-examination.
No question.
Thank you, ma'am. You didn't make this up.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You may step down, and you are free to stay in the courtroom. Any other witness on behalf of the people?
Yes, the complaining officer.
Give your name to the
I
court.
am Judge.
Oh, okay. Come this over. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you may be seated in the witness box. Well, yes, okay. Counsel, you may proceed.
Officer, can you please state your name?
Yes, my name is Marcus Sheffield.
Officer Sheffield, how long are you employed with the Detroit Police Department?
I've been employed 3 years.
I wanted you to answer the question, are you employed with Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been employed with DPD?
I've been employed with DPD for 3 years now. But before I start, I can have ask a question?
It depends. So I
Yes,
guess, yes, but.
So it's 2 Darius Plumps. I'm from the 10th precinct. I've arrested a Darius Plump, but he wasn't a senior. So I think they made an error.
Hold on. Okay, so let's go off the record and you go back in the hall, and then, approach. So, well, come back, I'm sorry. You don't have to sit in the bottom. Are you trying to tell the court that you might be on the wrong case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go in the hall, thank you. And then counsel's gonna come out and talk to you. All right, Ms. Stevenson, just hold it. Let me get at all these files you got. How long ago was it 29? Why he showing up at yesterday? I mean, they didn't. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. They just need to sign, so I already. Oh. Bring my. Now, I know where the orders from yesterday. These, we gonna talk about, okay. Talk about that. It's tomorrow. You already got a ticket.
Your Honor, if I may.
You may.
Thank you. The police officer who identified himself is not the police officer that dealt with this Mr. Plum. He has no involvement in this case. Therefore, we would suggest that he.
Okay, well, can you all approach? What's your name again?
Officer Marcus Sheffield.
Okay, approach. In the back.
You want me back to it?
No, not for the record, so thank you for asking.
I don't think,
Counsel, or just, she wanted just counsel?
yeah, I don't think, I don't think she wants you, just them two.
Who y'all talking to? Oh, yeah, just counsel. I'm sorry, officer. Yes, just counsel.
You can sign up, are you good? I can see you, if you really didn't know, I don't think you're gonna be use, but you can sit by it. All right.
Okay, so, all right, back on the record with people versus, and yes, the officer, it appears that it's not the officer on this particular case. So officer, you can let him know he is free to go, the officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bowman.
Thank you, Your Honor. In light of those circumstances, I'd like to recall the complaint of Ms. Robinson King.
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson King.
You're still under oath, you may be seated. All right, counsel, you may proceed.
Ms. Robinson King, in your opinion, when you testified that you saw a gun and he had pointed it in your direction, did you consent to that action taken for Mr. Plum to be able to point this gun at you?
Absolutely not.
And did you seeing the gun pointed in, did that cause you fear and safety for your life?
Absolutely. Not just me, but the whole entire family lives in the house.
Right, but right now we're talking about.
Yes.
Thank you. I have no questions, no further.
Okay, Ms. Dixon.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You may step down. Anything further on behalf of the people?
People rest.
Okay. Ms. Dixon, anything on behalf of the defense?
That's rest, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes, I think what he's trying to add. Okay. Defense rest. Okay, people rest. Okay. Closing argument.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is a complaint for assault and battery. The testimony is quite clear from the complaint witness that the elements for the crime as listed in the criminal jury instruction have been met. Number one, she saw the gun. Number two, she did not consent to have a gun pointed in her direction. And number three, she feared for her life and her safety based upon the fact that she observed the gun pointed in her direction. For those reasons, Your Honor, we believe that this defendant, we have found by sufficient evidence of beyond a reasonable doubt that he should be charged guilty as charged. And the jury instruction is 17.2.
What? Okay, bless his heart.
Right.
Okay. 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 Miss Stevens.
Thank you, Your Honor, and that criminal jury instruction that the people have cited requires that the people prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this defendant created the crime of assault and battery within the city of Detroit, within the county of Wayne. I do believe I did hear an identification of the defendant, Your Honor.
Say that, you move closer to the mic.
I believe that there was an identification of the defendant. I do not believe that venue was properly established, and we believe that therefore the people are not able to meet their burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And we ask that the court find Mr. Plummer.
Let's go on the back with court report, please.
Judge,
Yes. Really? Okay. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Or I'll let, well.
The young officers. Oh, it was. Right. There you go. Oh.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all no. I'm sorry. I mean, it don't matter, but I did want to show you the note.
that the auditor gave. Okay, all right.
That's this new breed.
That's already.
That's this new breed.
You say what?
That's this new breed of police officer. Not
You
reading
like
the
this,
report.
you like this court. It's fun already today.
Okay. All right, oh, they're talking. And the court got set back up. Okay, all right, we're back on the record.
Shall we stand?
You don't have to.
Okay.
We're back on the record. So, off the record, oh no, I think we were on the record, but just not in the courtroom, because I took the court reporter back. So, oh, actually, technically, I'm premature. So we did closing, we did rebuttal. We did closing, and then the people actually get a rebuttal if they want a rebuttal. So I'm sorry, counsel, did you want a rebuttal?
Your Honor, in rebuttal, the offense as charged in the actions that testify to are serious. Manifest injustice is the ultimate barometer as to whether or not a case proceeds. Your Honor, on this record, as was indicated in our in-chambers discussion, I made an error, which the court may find as harmless, or may find that was not harmless. And the court can rectify the issue by allowing me to ask one question to the complaining witness. I believe that substantial prejudice to the people will happen if the court chooses to take a technicality and dismiss this case. Thank you.
All right. Okay, the court has had an opportunity to consider the charge against Mr. Plump, the testimony of the witness, the arguments of counsel, and I do make the following determination, and I'm going to read into the record CJI second 3.10, which would be the jury instruction that I would have given to the jury had we had a jury in this case. And the jury instruction reads, the prosecutor must also prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the crime occurred on or about November 10th, 2023, within the city of Detroit and within the county of Wayne. I disagree with the prosecutor that it is a technicality or a small matter. It is a part of the people's burden of proof. It is an element of the crime. The people must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the crime occurred on or about November the 10th, 2023, within the city of Detroit and within the county of Wayne, and they failed to do so. Additionally, if the omission had come to the people's attention before the people rested and before the people finished its closing argument, I may have allowed the reopening of proofs, but you can't reopen proofs after you did your closing argument. And then after the defense did their closing argument, that would be appealed and overturned expeditiously by the higher court. At least I believe so. Nonetheless, I agree with defense counsel that that is a mistake that cannot be corrected after the close of the proofs and after the closing argument, and therefore the court finds that the people have not met their burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about November the 10th, 2023, at or near the location of 12775 Monica in the city of Detroit, within the county of Wayne, that Mr. Plump committed one count of assault or assault and battery, therefore I find him not guilty, sir. You may wait for the order of dismissal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You all just wait, I'll wait for you.
Well, you see how Judge Bryant testified. Nevertheless, the mother felt that she went through terror and that her daughter's ex-boyfriend wanted to shoot up her house, but because the people or the defense, the defense attorney, he didn't present a great case, so the man walked it with a not guilty plea, right? So, nevertheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe as we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. And once again, we'll see you in the next video.